crisis report. It is April 30th, 2025. Yes. So, they finally signed that minerals deal thing. Finally. So that's the good news. Bad news is we got a crap load of war around us. So, we covered that over on the PrepperNow live stream. So, yeah, there's a lot of problems going on all around us, but they did sign the minerals deal, and that's good. That's a step in the right direction. So we shall see. Other things are going on, of course. India and Pakistan are toe-to-toe and ready to go. I guess we'll have to see how that all works out, but it's not full-on fighting or anything. It's a lot of, like someone said, it's like they're fighting a war on the camera right now. But we'll see where all that goes. Like, what is that going to go to? Where's it going to go? How they're going to do it? We'll just have to see where things go. So, we got it all here. Most comprehensive news on YouTube. Not a terrible amount tonight, but definitely some things going on. Pakistan, India have kind of taken all the air out of the room, but this Ukraine minerals deal is supposedly going to be a benefit, and they've got good things going. So, of course, they'll be doing victory laps and all that, and you'll hear all about it tomorrow. But while you're waiting for that, why don't you come on in, put on the earbuds, and listen to what we got going on in the crisis report, okay? Here we go. This is your crisis report for April 30th, 2025. By the way, go there. United Kingdom Ministry of Defense has announced that British forces participated in a joint operation Tuesday alongside U.S. forces against a military target of the Iranian-backed Houthi terrorist group in western Yemen. Operation, which involved Royal Air Force Typhoon FGR-4 multi-role fighters supported by Voyager aerial refueling tankers from RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus, reportedly targeted a cluster of buildings used by the Houthis to manufacture drones of the type used to attack ships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, using several paveway for laser-guided 500-pound bombs. 3 dead in a shooting in Swedish student town. Very serious facts. 3 people have been killed in a shooting in the center of the Swedish city of Uppsala, a student city north of the capital of Stockholm. I will let you guess all of the... let's see. The shooting occurred near a barbershop called Shalom. So we'll let you figure that all out. UK was hit by unusual power activity hours before the massive blackout in Spain. Control room staff of the National Energy System operator saw unusual activity on Sunday morning with unexpected power frequency shift. An outage was recorded at 2 a.m. at Keadby 2 gas-fired power plant, followed by an unexplained failure of the Viking Link interconnector between the United Kingdom and Denmark. At around 6 p.m., the frequency shifted unexpectedly again, with the cause still being unknown. I don't think we've seen the last of that. I think we're going to see more craziness with all that coming. So, head of the Druze community in the land of Sheikh Mafak Tarif calls on Israel to act immediately to prevent mass massacres in the Druze communities around Damascus. Netanyahu says Israeli military carried out warning strike against extremists preparing to attack Druze in Syria. Netanyahu said that Israel will not allow attacks against the Druze community in Syria out of a deep commitment to our Druze brothers in Israel, who share strong historical and familial ties with their Druze brethren in Syria. Is Erdogan sick? The video was kind of concerning. He didn't look great, but Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan attended the signing ceremony of an agreement between the Turkish defense companies Baykar and the Italian Leonardo, alongside the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. Apart from clapping for a few seconds, he leaned on the stage throughout the ceremony. So he didn't look good. He looked shaky. Major fires in Israel. This is a big deal today. They say it was the most massive fires ever, but here we go. Massive fires across Israel, several military bases at risk. Soldiers were trapped inside. The fire map showed something unusual. While Israel has 29 active wildfires, there are 0 in Palestine. Okay. Seems the Palestinians don't have American bombs, but they found another way to resist. So, accusations that this is led by Palestinians. Jerusalem District Fire Department commander says we are in what may be the biggest fire in Israel in years. Wind changed direction, and now the fire is moving towards Jerusalem, places like Shoresh, where Amir Sarfati was born, and Yad Hashmona, where he lived earlier, received evacuation orders. Prime Minister Netanyahu ordered every available heavy equipment to be brought to the area to block the way of the fire. So they were knocking down road barriers and the highways and stuff so they could get easier access. And yeah, it's really bad. In the last hour, Foreign Minister Gideon Saar spoke with the foreign ministers of England, France, Czech Republic, Sweden, Argentina, Spain, North Macedonia, and Azerbaijan to obtain assistance in dealing with the fires. Unusual movements on both the Indian and Pakistani sides of the line of contact. We've been covering that one. We're watching it still. Texas House has passed a bill that would criminalize political memes without disclaimers. Violators could face up to 1 year in prison. I don't like that legislation. New York State Assembly passed a bill to allow medically assisted self-harm to the point of unaliving yourself for people with terminal illnesses. I don't like that one either. I don't. Senator Adam Schiff has introduced federal legislation to implement a nationwide ban on assault weapons. I definitely don't like that one. Canadians are increasingly avoiding travel to the United States. Who is that? Some random dude, yes, any second now, on the edge of a vast precipice, millimeters from the point of no return, seconds from a cavalcade of catastrophes. Oh, microseconds from having our poop pushed in. Be prepared. That's right. Basically, what my friend is saying here is don't, listen to all this, but don't go buy a grocery store. Just, keep everything nice and calm. We're not freaking out. We're not going to get invaded by Canada. Canadians are increasingly avoiding travel to the United States because of rising political tensions and the introduction of new tariffs. Thank you very much for that, some random dude. FBI has arrested the leaders of the international child exploitation network known as 764, a nihilistic extremist group connected to graphic abuses that I will not name here. Trump administration is considering the deportation of criminal illegal immigrants to Libya and Rwanda. Man, that's got to suck. Come up from Chile and you end up in Mogadishu. Is that Rwanda, Mogadishu? Whatever. Well, it doesn't matter. United States and Ukraine have officially signed the minerals deal. U.S.-Ukraine mineral deal includes a provision that forgives Ukraine's debt obligations to the United States. Treasury Secretary Bessent announced minerals deal with Ukraine thanks to Trump's tireless efforts to secure the lasting peace says it signals clearly to Russian leadership that Trump wants free, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine. I mean, don't we all? Don't we? I think we just want all the friggin' wars to stop, to be honest with you. So, if that's what does it, that's what does it. Judge releases alleged Tesla firebomber citing ADHD and a lack of access to gender-affirming care. If you needed any kind of evidence that our judiciary is just a little bit out of hand, I think we found it. Authorities have arrested several individuals in Georgia as part of a multi-agency human trafficking sting targeting child predators known as Operation Lights Out. Good. Wall Street Journal reports that Tesla's board of directors has reportedly initiated a search for a new CEO to succeed Elon Musk. 4 Indian Rafales fighter jets patrolling above Kashmir. I've always wanted to do that. They were forced to flee after the Pakistan Air Force scrambled its jets, state media PTV News reported. India closes its airspace to all Pakistani aircraft, including commercial airliners, through May 23rd, according to India Today. Pakistan Prime Minister accuses India of provocations in call with Secretary of State Rubio in a statement. Pakistan has begun large-scale ground force exercises amid ongoing tensions with India. 3 people suspected of setting fires in the Jerusalem mountains have been arrested. That's according to official Israeli radio. Pakistani foreign minister says India's history is replete with the use of terrorism to persecute Kashmiris and violate international law. U.S. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has revoked 67 security clearances since Trump took office. Pakistan launched large-scale military exercises across Sialkot, Narol, Zafarwal, and Shakarg amid fears of Indian retaliation. Drills involve tanks, artillery, and advanced weaponry, signaling full combat readiness. EU's Kaja Kallas says Europe can maintain sanctions on Russia if Washington starts lifting its own, according to the FT. United States State Department says Secretary Rubio and Pakistan are going to work with India to de-escalate tensions and reestablish direct communications during his call with Pakistan's Prime Minister. Pakistani Prime Minister's advisor to Al Jazeera. We have received information that India will attack our country within hours or days. India has banned the official YouTube channel of Pakistan's Army, ISPR. Trump's Ukraine envoy Kellogg says the U.S. and London presented 22 specific conditions for the settlement of the war in Ukraine, and Kiev agreed to all of them. Trump's Ukraine envoy Kellogg also said that Russia is not winning the war. No war advances in a year and a half. They haven't taken Kiev, pushed west of the Dnieper, or taken Odessa. They've lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers. The front moves by meters, not miles. It's not incorrect. European Union plans to submit a paper next week containing a package of proposals to begin trade negotiations with the Trump administration. Over 10,000 millionaires fled the UK last year. United States economy contracted in quarter one for the first time since 2022. Pakistan has increased security of Lashkar al-Taiba. Chief Hafez Saeed has stated to India today. Directors General of Military Operations, or DGMOs, of India and Pakistan Army have discussed the ceasefire violations over a hotline. So that's good. They're talking to each other. Always important. As much as everyone is saying things have calmed down between India and Pakistan, it's the opposite. Things are at the same level of escalation. There will be a response from the Indians, and it will be very likely something out of the box. Diversion with the announcement of the caste census is just a diversionary tactic used to remove media pressure from the government and the military for them to get some space to breathe. It was a total media circus going on with the MSM, jumping down the throats of the military and the government. The MSM is to blame for the creating such a ruckus with their imaginary and fictitious reporting. Pakistani Prime Minister urges the United States to pressure India to calm down its rhetoric and act responsibly. We have received information that India will attack our country within the next hours or days. It's according to Pakistani Prime Minister advisor to Al Jazeera. Mississippi, Louisiana 4th and 8th graders math scores. They're surpassing New York and California 2024 per the NAEP adjusted results. That is a tremendous turnaround. I don't know if it bodes well for Mississippi or if it, I don't know. 647 container ships cross the Suez Canal since the start of 2025. Container ship owners and operators continue to largely avoid the Suez Canal amid ongoing security risk in the Red Sea. Following the terror strike in Pahalgam, India, the line of control with Pakistan is witnessing renewed tensions. The visual maps active sectors, highlighting current areas of exchange, predominantly limited to small arms fire for now. Ukrainian Foreign Ministry: if Russia is ready for a 60 or 90-day ceasefire, Ukraine is too. Kremlin spokesperson Peskov said the situation regarding the war in Ukraine is too complex to resolve in a short time. Pakistan Army was given permission to preemptively strike at imminent threats, country's defense minister has stated. South Korean National Intelligence Service reports that North Korea suffered 4,700 casualties, including 600 dead in Kursk. They may send additional troops. Service on Japan's Tokaido Shinkansen was temporarily suspended today due to a power outage. Reason? 100-centimeter long snake. Yep. Got tangled up in there. Overhead lines in Ogaki City, Gifu Prefecture, causing a short circuit. India versus Pakistan water wars. Satellite images show the consequences of the Indus River Treaty in abeyance. Flow has drastically diminished. Such a reminder, Pakistan is heavily dependent on the Indus River system and about 80% of its cultivated land. Roughly 16 million hectares rely on water from these rivers as well. U.S.-Ukraine mineral deal has been finally signed. Yes, that's right, folks. You've all waited with bated breath. It's here. And what does it include? Let's tell them what they won, Bob. 50-50 investment from the U.S. in Ukraine. Ukraine keeps control of resources. No new debts for Ukraine. Profits reinvested in Ukraine. Ukraine and the U.S. on April 30th signed a long-awaited minerals agreement that establishes a joint investment fund. And that would be in Ukraine. First Deputy Prime Minister Yulia Sverdlenko announced to the Kiev Independent. Signing of the minerals deal follows months of negotiations that at times became contentious. United States and Ukraine was set to sign the deal in late February, but the plan fell through following the infamous White House argument between Ukrainian Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump. U.S. officials framed the agreement as a sign of Washington's lasting support for Ukraine. The deal will not allow any state or person who have financed or supplied the Russian war machine. So apart from Ukraine's construction, Besson said. Shortly before the deal was signed, Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal announced that the Ukrainian government had approved the agreement. And Pakistan has violated the ceasefire again. India responded. During the night of the 30th of April and 1st of May 2025, Pakistani army posts initiated unprovoked small arms fire across the line of control opposite Kupwara, Uri, and Akhnur in the Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir. These were responded proportionally by the Indian Army. That, my friends, is your crisis report for April 30th, May 1st. It's 2025. That's what I know, folks. If you like what we're doing here, please go hit that like button. Do the subscribe thing. Darken out the bell. Get the notifications. And become a member if you're not. That's right. $2 a month. Get to put out stuff in the background. And yeah, this has been a 2025 is very unique. So hopefully you're still prepping. Hopefully you're still putting away the things, doing stuff. Always be moving. Always be prepping. APB. Always be prepping. Okay? Getting ready for something. All right, friends, if you like what we're doing here, God bless. You'll see you on the next one. Hit that like button and have a great night.